hope you're all well. Today is Friday 17th of Jan and it's currently 34 minutes past 7 in the evening. I'm about to start a 48-hour readathon. I've really got to stop wearing these when I do these vlogs because reflections. I'm about to start a 48-hour readathon. Let's just do that for now. And I'm really excited. I've got lots of reading planned. I was just going to do 24, but I've decided to do 48 because there's a couple of books I really want to get to. So basically, I've done really well on my reading so far this month. Like, I'm absolutely smashing it. I think I've read 13 books so far. I'm currently halfway through 4. And I'm adding another one to that list tomorrow on top of the ones that I'm planning on reading this weekend. So as usual, I'm pushing myself, but I want to try and read all of the books that I put on my TBR this month if I can make it possible. So this is what I'm aiming for. I've now planned out my reading for the next couple of weeks to try and make that happen because I know my TBRs are ambitious, so I want to see if I can push myself and actually get to them. So not only that, but I really want to try and prioritize arcs this year as well. So like even my e-arcs, I've got a lot of e-arcs outstanding and I want to try and get to them. So I'm trying to fit them in where I can. Luckily some of them are backlist and they're actually sort of doing the rounds again because the paperbacks are coming out. So some of the read-alongs that I'm getting involved in now are actually for some of the backlist e-arcs that I originally had. So that's really cool. I can get involved in those. I always feel better about a backlist book if I'm buddy reading it with someone. I'm not sure why that's a thing, but that is a thing with me. So to start off with, I've got some parcels, so let's do those first. So I have a couple parcels, one or two of them I've already opened because one of them was at work today. The other one was in a wet bag, so I wanted to get it out of that before, as quick as I possibly could, because I think it's been there since today, this morning, and I wasn't home yesterday. It could have been there since yesterday, so I didn't come home last night. I was at my parents' last night. So that book is Winter by Marissa Meyer. I had no idea it was this thick. This is a thick book. This is the 4th in the Lunar Chronicles. I think this is the final in the Lunar Chronicles, aside from the novellas that come with. So I think Fairest and there's another one whose name I've forgotten. I think this is the final one. So I'm currently reading Cinder. I'm currently buddy reading Cress with my friend Anna, and then we'll move on to Winter, I think, once we finish this, which I'm hoping to do so this weekend. So we might move on to this next week. So I wanted to make sure I had a copy of the book. So I've got the whole set now. I just need to get Fairest and the other one as well. So that's cool. It's secondhand, obviously, so it's a bit battered, but I'm not bothered because it actually makes it easier for me to read. I don't feel as guilty about breaking the spine in that case, so because that's what I do. And then the other book I already opened came from Waterstones. So I had a voucher for Waterstones for my birthday and Christmas, and I decided to get a reading journal, which hasn't turned up yet, which is really frustrating because I've got it delivered to my mum and dad's thinking that it should be here by Friday. So rather than it being left outside all day while I'm at work, I'll get it delivered to work, and it's not fucking come. So it's going to come tomorrow probably, and I'm going to be really annoyed because it'll be there all weekend and I wanted to fill it in this weekend. But what has come is the book I ordered, and that is 3 Hours by Rosamund Lupton. This is one of the backlist e-arcs that I have off NetGalley. So now I have the book. This is a signed copy as well, so I'm really excited about that. Signed. I'm really looking forward to this one. Rural Somerset in the middle of a blizzard. The unthinkable happens. A school is under siege. Children barricade themselves inside classrooms, the library and the theatre. The headmaster lies wounded in the library, unable to help his trapped students and staff. Outside, a police psychologist must identify the gunman, while parents gather desperate for news. In three intense hours, all must find the courage to stand up to evil and save the people they love. It sounds immense. I'm really excited about it. I cannot wait to pick it up. Very, very happy about it indeed. So I'm looking forward to that one. And then these two are wrapped. So I'm expecting, I know what all of these are because I've ordered them myself. I'm fairly certain anyway, if that's the case. I go in here, oh yeah. So we have Second Chance by James Patterson and Andrew Gross. I don't know how you say that. This is the second in the Women's Murder Club series, which me and Siobhan will be picking up next week after we finish Die Trying by Lee Child. So I'm really excited because I've really loved the first one in this series. I'm very excited about this one actually. I think this might be a little bit smaller than the first one, so very excited about that indeed. The colour balance has changed again now. I don't know what happened there. And then this one which I didn't get any scissors for. It's from Fairy Loot. So last year in a Fairy Loot box we received A Curse So Dark and Lonely by Bridget Kemmerer. This was my best book of 2019. I absolutely freaking loved it, and I've been like going on and on and on about it ever since. So finally, Heart So Fierce and Broken has come out, but I have bought the matching one from Fairy Loot. So excited, and now it's finally come. I had to wait a couple of days longer than what I would have done had I just bought it off Amazon, but they match, so I'm really excited. I could wet myself. I'm so excited. I finally got it in my hands. Oh, and it's signed as well by Bridget, which is super exciting. Just plain green underneath. So excited about this. I cannot wait to get into the story. And it's got a bookmark as well, like A Curse So Dark and Lonely has, so that's cool. A built-in bookmark that I'm trying to just undo. Built-in bookmark. So yeah, matchy. As well as the book, we have got a couple of cards as well, postcards. So this one says, the most dangerous person at the party is always the girl sitting alone with a book. True that. Oh, they both say the same thing, so that's cute. Very nice indeed. So buzzing about that. Thank you. Just in general, I mean, I've paid for this obviously, but just in general, thanks to Fairy Loot for thinking ahead and managing to get, you know, matchy, because it's so difficult sometimes when, you know, you get like a special edition of something and then you don't get a matching one. It's a bit of a shame really. So really grateful for that. Amazing. Thank you to Bridget Kemmerer for working, I'm assuming for working with Fairy Loot on doing this as well. It's awesome. Thank you so much. So planning on doing a 48-hour readathon. At this rate, this fucking intro is going to be 48 hours. So I am already partway through 4 books. Let me tell you about those to begin with. Partway through Die Trying by Lee Child. I'm buddy reading this with Siobhan. I am behind 2 days. So I'm behind today and yesterday's pages. So I need to get to page 236 today. I'm only on page 75. So I've got some work to do there today, and then obviously I need to read Saturdays and Sundays pages during this 24-hour readathon. So yeah, we're going to see how that goes, but we may or may not sort of push this back a day. We're going to see how we're getting on, because both of us are sort of behind, so we're going to see how we get on. But by the end of the weekend I need to be here on page 388. So that's what I'm reading with Siobhan, and then with my friend Anna I'm reading Cress. So for today's pages I'm pretty much there, to be honest. I'm on chapter 44, page 394, but I need to be on chapter 46, which is page 410. So I've not got long to go at all on that. It won't take me very long to listen to that, to be honest. And then finish this weekend. So this is a finished book. This is a continue on with book. And then The Girl Who Speaks Bear, I need to read today's pages, which I am on page, currently, it won't take me long because this is middle grade, currently on page 278. I need to get to page 350, and then tomorrow finish that off, so that's going in the finish pile as well. And then I'm currently partway through, I am buddy reading this with my friend Suzanne from Book Marvel. So yeah, anybody I mention in this, I will leave a link down below. Go check them out, whether it's Instagram or YouTube or Twitter, somewhere else. Go and check them out. And then I'm buddy reading, I'm part of the read along for Critical Incidents with Tandem. This is by Lucy Whitehouse. I'm really excited about this. I read yesterday's pages, but I'm not up to date yet with today's pages. So I need to get to chapter 12, page 164. I'm currently on page 80. So I need to make a shifty on with that as well, and then obviously continue with those pages too. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this. This is cool actually, because this is like an interactive read along. So with this, because I didn't unhaul it because I wasn't vlogging last week, with this we got this file and this pen because we got a whiteboard so that we could write down all our thoughts and take pictures, because there are prompts in the book like randomly thrown throughout the book. Well, not randomly thrown throughout the book, obviously Tandem have thought the way through it, but throughout the book there are prompts for you to stop and write something down, take a picture, and obviously put it on Instagram because we're promoting the book. That's the whole point of this. And then inside our homicide file we have a homicide report, which looks like this, that we can fill in, so I need to do that as well. And then we've got like a letter from the author Lucy, and we have the read-along guidelines as well. These are really cool read-alongs. I'm really enjoying them. I'm actually getting involved in another one by Tandem, so tomorrow I should be getting The Other Life of Augusta Hope. So I'm doing that one as well, which will start tomorrow, so I need to read the pages for that as well. So I need to get up to date with this and then continue my pages for this as well. So this is a continuation book to go in the continuation pile with Die Trying. And then tomorrow, The Other Life of, I think that's what it's, is that what it's called? The Other Life of Augusta Hope will join this pile tomorrow, but I'll let you know about that when it comes. And then to finish, I would like to start and finish I Heart New York by Lindsay Kelk, which shouldn't be too hard. It's a reread from me. I have read this about 5 times already, so it should not take me long at all. In fact, I reckon I could probably read this tonight if I wasn't trying to catch up on all the other books that I should make a priority really first. So I want to read that this weekend. I also want to read Carrie by Stephen King, so this will be a tomorrow afternoon read because I am not a horror fan at all, so this will be a daytime read essentially, whether that takes me tomorrow afternoon or half of tomorrow, like tomorrow afternoon and Sunday afternoon, whatever. I'm planning on reading it. It's not very long at all. In fact, I think it's under 300 pages. Yes, it is 242 pages, so it won't take me long at all. This one I think is just over 300, 307 on this one. Then I also have, so I've got Predator's Gold by Philip Reeve that I'd like to get to. This is on audio, but also my audiobook came in from the library for Station 11, which is also a library book. Just really obsessed with audiobooks at the moment. So I don't know whether to prioritise this because obviously it's from the library. I'm wondering whether to prioritise this over this because I can get to this at any time because I own it. And the audiobook for it's on BookBeat, so it's not from my library, so I'm not limited on time on it, so I might pick this one up. But either way, I'm picking one of these two up for my audiobook for this weekend because these two will be physical reads, so they can go in the finished pile just so that I can show you what plans are. And then I also would like to pick up A Curse So Dark and Lonely as well. I want to reread this before I get to A Heart So Fierce and Broken. So those are my plans. So just to recap, I want to finish Cress and finish The Girl Who Speaks Bear. I want to start and finish Carrie and I Heart New York. I need to stay up to date with Die Trying and Critical Incidents, and then also The Other Half of Augusta Hope when it gets here tomorrow. And then I will listen to either Station 11 or I will listen to either Station 11 or Predator's Gold, but I want to finish one of those two. And then I want to start A Curse So Dark and Lonely. It'd be great if I could finish this as well, but it's highly unlikely, although it is a reread, so we'll see. If I do finish this, by some freaking miracle with all the other books I've got going on, I will start Heart So Fierce and Broken. But it's highly unlikely I'll get this finished. So I'll just continue with this into next week and then move on to Heart So Fierce and Broken when I finish this. But it'd be nice to at least start it. So that's my plan for this weekend. So I've got a lot of fucking books to read, so I better get a move on. I have snacks, so I got a pick a mix today. I've got mini eggs and I've also got Krispy Kreme, and I've made sure that I've got food, like actual real food, not shit food, actual real food in for the whole weekend, so I don't need to leave the house again now. So it's now at 10 to 8 because this has been an extremely long introduction. I had a lot to show you. So yeah, the plans that I have this weekend are almost nothing. I'm getting my nails done tomorrow, that's it. So I'm not planning on leaving the house unless it's to go across the road to the shop for pop, which I do need to do at some point, but it's belting it down outside, so I'm not bothering now. So yeah, I'm going to pop the fire on, I'm going to get myself a drink, and I'm going to snuggle in and actually try and get myself up to date with these first, and The Girl Who Speaks Bear, so that I can move on guilt-free onto my other books, because I should make these priority because the buddy reads, especially this one with me doing it with Tandem. So I'm going to do that first, and then I will let you know what I'm moving on to next. So yeah, those are my plans this weekend. Lots of reading to do. Hi team, I hope you're all well. It is currently Saturday morning and it is 10 to 11. So I went to sleep about 4 AM and I woke up about 9:30. I've had a shower and washed my hair because it really needed it. So it just looks a bit fluffy at the moment because I haven't done anything with it, and I'm not planning on doing so because I'm not really going anywhere other than to get my nails done at 12. So I have like an hour. So I'm going to read for an hour, and my plan today, well, let me tell you what I read last night and then what my plan is for today. So last night I caught up with my pages for critical incidents. I caught up with my pages for Cress, and I also caught up with my pages for The Girl Who Speaks Bear. I also caught up with Thursday's pages for Die Trying, so I need to do Fridays and Saturdays today, really. I'm going to see how far Siobhan gets before I get too far ahead. We might just do Fridays today. We may or may not knock this back a day, just to give us a bit more time. So we'll see. But yeah, I've got up to date. So today I'm definitely going to catch up with yesterday's pages and possibly today's pages. We'll see. So I need to catch up with today's pages on critical incidents, yesterday's pages at least on Die Trying. And then I'm planning on finishing these two today. So The Girl Who Speaks Bear I'm meant to be finishing today anyway. I've only got the last little bit to go. And then Cress I'm meant to be finishing tomorrow, but I think I'm just going to do it today, to be perfectly honest. I've only got this section left. I think it's about 3 hours of the audio left, so it's only like an hour and a half. So I think I'm going to finish these two today. I also started I Heart New York last night. I just really wanted to read it, so I got to page 124, so I haven't got long left. Like 100, 200 pages, less than 200 pages to go, about 180 to go. So I think I'm going to finish that today as well. And then I also want to start and finish Carrie, so that would be cool. I'm going to do this afternoon and then make these priorities this evening, I think. Just because obviously I need something light and fluffy after this. I don't read horror. And also Come Tumbling Down is on audio, on script, so I'm going to read that as well. So today I'm hoping to finish 5 books today, these 4 and Come Tumbling Down as well, which I don't own obviously. It doesn't come out till the 1st of Feb, but the audio is on script. So it'd be cool if I could do those today. How awesome would that be? And then tomorrow I can focus on either Station 11 or Predator's Gold, and then A Curse So Dark and Lonely, as well as these two. So that would be awesome. But hey team, it is still Saturday. It's a bit later now. Camera probably cut off before halfway through me saying something, so apologies if it did. My battery completely died. It is currently 6:05 in the evening, so it's quite a few hours later, but I have just finished Carrie by Stephen King. I've given this 4 out of 5 stars. It was really good. I have seen the film and it does stay true to it for quite a lot of it, so nice adaptation there. I enjoyed it. I was worried. I am really worried about picking up more Stephen King because I know not all of it's horror. Quite a lot of it actually is probably psychological thriller more than it is horror. So if I sort of stay away from the really horror ones, I should be okay. But for some strange reason, I just seem to think that this is going to scare me a lot. I can even struggle with psychological thrillers sometimes because it gets in my head and then I start overthinking it. I'm one of those people. But no, I really enjoyed it. It was good. I've not overthought it. It's not frightened me too much. So this is stemmed from me reading Pet Sematary last year. And was it last year that I read Pet Sematary? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was. It was either last year or 2018. I read Pet Sematary and I was fine. In fact, to be honest, I wasn't even fazed by the book at all until about 80 pages till the end. And I was like, what the fuck? It scared the shit out of me. The last 80 pages scared the shit out of me. I was so frightened. It does not help that I live across the road from a cemetery myself, so that did not help the situation, and I was reading it at night, whereas with this, it's dark now, but I've done my best to try and get through this in the day so that I can read more light fluffy stuff that I've got going on. So 4 out of 5 stars. It was good. I enjoyed it. I do recommend. Yeah, 4 out of 5 stars. So that's the second book I finished for this readathon now, because I finished The Girl Who Speaks Bear this morning and I am feeling pretty good actually. So the plan for the rest of the night, I'm about to go and get some tea in a second. I got some chicken, veg and pasta from my local butchers. They do like these, what they call them rice boxes, but today they didn't have any rice left, they just had pasta, so, or noodles, but I wanted pasta. So I got pasta, Chinese chicken and veggies, and I just shove it in the microwave and it's all cooked. So I'm really excited about that. I'm starving because all I've eaten is donut and crisps all day. So but yeah, really hungry, so I'm going to eat that, and I'm going to take a bit of a break from reading for a little bit and just watch Gold Rush, I think, because it's like 45 minutes. So I'm just going to stick that on, and then I will get back to reading. So my intention for this evening, I really want to finish off Crest. So I'm currently on page 411, and there are 550 pages in here, so I've got about 140-ish pages to go. Is that right? Yeah, about 140-ish pages to go. It's not long left on the audio, actually. I think it works out at about, because I'm listening to it on ×2, 3 hours and 56 minutes, so it's going to take about 2 hours-ish to finish this off. So I need to finish that off, and then I'm also reading I Heart New York, which I want to finish tonight. I am about 40-odd% through this, so I'm on page 124, and there are 307 pages in here, so not too much longer to go. So I'm hoping to finish these two this evening. I also want to start and finish Come Tumbling Down by Sean and Maguire, because that's now out on Scribd. The physical book does not come out till 1st of Feb, so I am hoping to finish that as well this evening. So that'll be cool, because I'll finish 5 books today, which will be awesome. I really do with catching up on my pages for these two, so I've not read today's pages for either of these. I haven't read yesterday's pages for this, to be perfectly honest, so I've got a lot of catching up to do with these two, but I may or may not save these for tomorrow, just try and catch up tomorrow. I'd also really like to pick up A Curse So Dark and Lonely tomorrow, so I don't know, we'll see. I actually really need to prioritise these though, because the buddy reads, especially the critical incidents one, so I could do with getting to those really as well. Yeah, I don't know, I may save Come Tumbling Down for tomorrow, we'll see, but I really do want to pick this up and go make some food, because I'm really hungry, and then watch a bit of TV, and then yeah, I will continue to read. Good morning, today is Sunday, and it's currently 9 minutes past 10. I've been awake since about 20 to 9-ish. I've been laying in bed listening to Die Trying this morning, and I've been taking some Instagram photos, so I have been pottering about. I've been listening to a book, but let me update you where I'm up to. So last night I managed to finish I Heart New York, so that's my 4th book finished. Obviously this was 5 stars, 5 star every time I read it. This is probably my 5th or 6th reread, so obsessed with this series, excited to continue, and yeah, I just absolutely love it. So there's not much more I really need to say about that. So yeah, 5 stars for that. And then my plan for today is to read critical incidents pages. So I think I'm going to do that now, because there's only about 40 pages. This one's a really short one compared to what some of the others have been, so there's only 40 pages, so I'm going to do that and then do the challenge and put the pictures on Instagram so that they're done, and I don't need to think about this one then until tomorrow. So I'm going to do that first, and then I am gonna, I can't decide what to do. So really I should get up to date with Die Trying. So now, because I've been listening this morning, I'm currently on page 218, so to get up to date with Friday's pages I need to get to page 236. Which I can do. Obviously it's just like 13 pages, or I don't know, something like that. And then I need to catch up to Saturday and today's pages, so I eventually need to get to page 388, because Siobhan's up to date with yesterday's pages, and then she's going to be reading today's pages today, so I need to get up to date with that. So once I get to where I'm gonna be, in fact I might finish this chapter off and get to the end of Friday's pages, and then I just have 388 257 130 pages to go. Yeah, 131 pages to go, so it's doable. I'm gonna do it, so I need to get this done today. So first thing I'm gonna do is finish this chapter and get up to date with Friday's pages. Then I will read today's pages for critical incidents. This is so confusing. But then I think I'm going to pick up, before fully getting up to date with Die Trying, I think I want to pick up A Curse So Dark and Lonely and try and make a dent in this. If it's going fast, I might even try and finish it if possible. But I think I really want to get to this, because I really want to pick up A Heart So Fierce and Broken next week. I've been waiting for this book since I finished this last year in July, so I really want to get to that book. So yeah, I think I want to read this today. Try and finish it if possible. It depends on how fast I'm reading it, because it is a reread. I've already read it. It was my favourite book of 2019. I absolutely loved it. So yeah, I think I might try and read this today, and then I'll jump back onto Die Trying and just get as far as I can with that until 8 o'clock, I think, and then wrap up, and then I will just continue after 8 p.m. to get up to date with this. So yeah, if I could finish this today, that would be awesome. I mean, it's doable. If I could finish it today, that means I've finished 5 books, which is cool, and I've kept up to date with my other 2 buddy reads. I've got a couple of new buddy reads starting tomorrow as well, so I really want to be up to date by the end of today with this if possible, because then I'll be up to date with all of my buddy reads and I can just continue with my new ones that start tomorrow. So yeah, lots going on. I've got, so 10:15ish, I've got 10 hours ish left. So this is doable if I get a shift on and I don't piss about today. So yeah, we're gonna give this a go. Hello. I've got my headphones in, I'm listening to A Curse So Dark and Lonely. I'm not listening to it now, but I have been listening to it and I can't bother taking my earphones out. So quick update, I don't know when I last updated you. I read my pages for today for Critical Incidents, so I have done that, I'm up to date with this now. I read a bit further into Die Trying, so I'm currently on page 249, chapter 25. So I still need to get to page 388, so like 140 pages to go. And I have obviously started A Curse So Dark and Lonely, so I am now on page 182. I am here, so making good progress through this. I'm wondering whether to put it down and read Come Tumbling Down, listen to Come Tumbling Down, but that would give me like another book, guarantee another book to finish, because this will just about get me to about 8 o'clock, I think, with the audio. So I don't know what to do. We'll see. I'm going to continue listening to this though, but very quickly, I've just got a parcel and I don't remember ordering anything lately. There's a possibility I could have. I could be lying, but I thought either way it would be nice to open this on here. So yes, it would appear that this has been gifted. Who the hell is this now? Who has done this? Oh, bless you. Suzanne, honestly. Right, Book Marvel, I'll leave a link to her down below. She's the cutest person ever. So we've been buddy reading this week The Girl Who Speaks Bear, and I've loved buddy reading it with her. Every day we're checking in and we're seeing how each of us are doing, and we were messaging yesterday back and forth because she's taking part in this like 48-hour readathon as well this weekend, because she asked me did I want to do a 24-hour one, and I said I'm already doing a 48-hour one, but by all means let's chat to each other and like do it together. She's just that absolute cutest, honestly. She was like, Steph, I don't know if this will sound weird, but I feel like I've known you for ages. I know we've only been talking for a while, but I feel like we're really good friends and I've known you for ages. I was like, Suzanne, I feel the exact same. She's just the cutest. Anyway, don't know what she sent me, but one note says, had to get you this because it sounds so good, and also I own it and plan to read it in February, so if you want to buddy read it with me, let me know. Whatever it is, it's absolute yes. I had to buy you this after I low-key shouted at you on Insta. I hope you love it as much as I do. Oh, bless her. Ooh, yay. Oh, bless her. Right, okay, so the one that she low-key shouted at me about the other day was The Queen's Rising, so by Rebecca Ross. So I did like an Insta story the other day that was, you know, like there's a background, a template that somebody else has done, and it was a template of read, not read, or on TBR, and you just put a question thing, people send you the books and you decide, you let them know whether you've read it or you've not read it, or whether it's on your TBR. She sent me The Queen Rising and I said to her that I hadn't read it, and she said, oh my god, she messaged me separately, she was like, oh my god, Steph, you've got to read it, blah blah. So I was like, right, okay, it's going straight on my wish list. So she has sent me this, bless her heart. I'm excited about this. I'm gonna have to definitely read this soon. So that's the one that she's low-key shouted at me about. I'm looking forward to this one. I think I added the second one on my Amazon wishlist as well, so obviously if I like this one I can go ahead and buy the second one. And then the one that she sent to me, I had to get you this because it sounds so good, and also I own it and plan to read it in February. We will definitely buddy read this. The Creakers by Tom Fletcher. I'm so excited. I've been wanting to read this since, oh I love it when they do this as well, little window. I've been wanting to read this since I read The Christmasaurus and Winter Witch, because the Creakers are mentioned in there, so they sort of cross over a little bit, not massively but a little bit. So I've been wanting to read it since then. I love Tom Fletcher's writing, and oh god, his illustrations are just the cutest. I don't know who does them for him. Oh, Shane DeVeris, but they're just so cute. I can't wait, another middle grade. Oh, bless her heart. Thank you so much, Suzanne, that's the sweetest. You are the kindest human being. I'm going to message her now. Thank you so much. That is so cute. I saw him get out of the truck. He was pulled up outside, and I saw him get out of the truck, and I was like, oh, he must be going next door, because I haven't ordered anything. No, came and knocked on here. I was like, okay, have I ordered something? But yeah, I hadn't. Bless her. I'm going to have to message her now, but that's so cute. So yeah, I'm going to carry on reading. It is currently 10 to 3. So I have 9 hours 13 minutes left on the audio for A Curse So Dark and Lonely, which works out at 9 hours and, what did I say? 13 minutes left. I'm listening to it on times 2.2 because it's a relatively easy listen, and also I've read it before, so I'm just trying to remind myself of the story really. So 4 hours and 11 minutes left, which will take me to 7 o'clock. So yeah, I'd have like an hour left to read some more, which I could read Die Trying. So I don't know what I'm going to do, because the audiobook for Come Tumbling Down will take me 2 hours and times 2. So maybe I'll just start it so that it's started, and then I could finish it after like 8 o'clock. It won't be part of this vlog, then it'll be part of next week's vlog, but I might do that. But obviously I've still got to catch up on yesterday's and today's pages for Die Trying as well, so I don't know, we'll see how things go. But I am really hoping to, I either finish this or I jump on to Come Tumbling Down and finish that. I'd really like to finish 5 books this weekend, but we'll see what happens. So I'm going to see how I get on, and I will check back in with you later. I hope you are all okay. It is now 5 to 8 in the evening, so I'm gonna wrap this up here because whatever I read in the next 5 minutes is going to be pointless. So I might as well wrap this up, and then I can go up to I can carry on reading what I'm going to read now for the following week's vlog. Sorry, my ear feels really swollen. Does anybody get that if you've had headphones in? Like, ear swells. God, it's really sore. Anyway, I wanted to wrap up and let you know what I'd read this weekend. So obviously it was a 48-hour readathon running from 8 PM on Friday through till 8 PM Sunday. Well, 5 to 8 because finishing now. And I read a total of 1,674 pages, and I managed to finish 5 books in total, so that's awesome. 3 of those I read and finished in this readathon. 2 of them I was already part way through, and another 2 books that I was making my way through because they are buddy reads. So let's tell you what I read. So to start off with, I finished Cress, which I was buddy reading with my friend Anna. I read 145 pages of this, which was just to finish it off, and the last 2 days of it to finish off. So really enjoyed this. Actually my favourite of the Lunar Chronicles so far, so I've given this one 5 stars. Cinder and Scarlet both got 4. I am loving this series so far. Me and Anna are going to pick up Fairest tomorrow, and we're going to spend about 3 days on that and then go straight on to Winter on Thursday. So really excited, and then we are going to read Stars Above in February. So really excited to continue and finish this series off. In fact, it's going to be awesome to have finished an entire series by Feb. So because I had read Cinder last year, it might have even been 2018. It was either early last year or 2018, and I loved it, but I just didn't carry on with the series for some reason. So really excited that I'm doing that now. 5 out of 5 stars. If you don't know what this is about, very quickly, it is a sci-fi like combo of retellings, if you like. So Cinder was Cinderella, Scarlet is Red Riding Hood, Cress is Rapunzel, Winter, I'm not sure actually what Winter is about. Fairest will cover Queen Lavanna's sort of story, who is, if you like, the evil queen that locked Cress away. And then Stars Above, I think it's like a collection of short stories that explains how the characters got where they were. So for example, Cinder, how she ended up in New Beijing, and how Wolf, who is a character from Scarlet's story, how he came about, and some of the others. I'm not exactly sure who else, but it's just something that I've read from the blurb. So do highly recommend this if you're looking for, if you are into retellings and you're into sci-fi. If you're into both of those, you're going to love this, but if you're into either of those, you're going to really enjoy it. It's really good and I highly recommend it. Then I finished The Girl Who Speaks Bear by Sophie Anderson. I read 134 pages of this, so again I just finished my last few sections of this. I was buddy reading this with my friend Suzanne from Book Marvel. Again, I'll link everyone in the description down below, and I loved this, thought it was great. I give it 4 out of 5 stars. Really loved Sophie Anderson's writing. I'm really hyped to pick up The House with Chicken Legs now, actually, which is the first one she wrote, but I'm absolutely loving this. I know that Gav from How to Train Your Gavin absolutely adores Sophie's books and Sophie as a person as well, so I absolutely loved this. This is following a young girl called Yanka who she was brought up by bears essentially, but eventually taken away by her mamuchka, is that how you say it, mamuchka? And brought up by her, but she gets to an age where she wants to try and find out where exactly she came from, how she ended up being brought up by a bear, and why her parents left her where they did. And it's just her story trying to find that all out, with a crossover with The House with Chicken Legs, which is why I'm now hyped, because it made an appearance in this and I'm very excited about reading about that one. So I do recommend this. I give it 4 out of 5 stars. The writing style is gorgeous, the illustrations are really cute, and I really enjoyed it. Then I read start to finish, so 242 pages, Carrie by Stephen King. This is the first novel that Stephen King came out with in 1979, if that is correct. (1974). Holy shit, earlier than I thought. So this is following a girl called Carrie who has telekinetic powers. Her mum is like a very religious person. She thinks that her daughter's got the devil in her, and she like beats her and locks her up and things like that. Carrie's actually probably a decent person. She just gets treated badly by the people around her. She gets bullied at school. She gets bullied by her mother. The only people actually sticking up for Carrie are her teachers at school. So but shit just goes from bad to worse for Carrie, and a lot of stuff goes down. I have seen the movie for this. This is the first time I'm picking up the book, and it is a really good movie adaptation actually of the book, so I really enjoyed it. I thought it was great. I give it 4 out of 5 stars. It was more psychological thriller than horror, which I really enjoyed because I am not a horror person, but I'm trying to open my mind this year, so I'm picking up more Stephen King this year, and I thought I'd start with his first one, which is Carrie. I know next month I was going to try and go through all of his books in publish order, but it's not working out that way because next month I'm reading both Rose Madder and Misery. So anyway, I'm excited. I give it 4 out of 5 stars. I really enjoyed it. Then from start to finish, I reread I Heart New York by Lindsay Kelk. This had 307 pages in it. It didn't take me long to get through this at all because it is a reread. I am planning on rereading this whole series this year, seeing as last May the final one in the series came out, and I want to reread it all from start to finish. In between, I'm going to read the About a Girl books as well, so I'm going to read them in published order so that because the characters do cross over, so I want to get the whole story with the I Heart series and the About a Girl series. So this is following Angela Clark. If you didn't know, which you probably should by now, if you've been watching me for a while, I will not stop yelling about this book, but this is following Angela Clark, 26 years old, who lives in London. She's engaged to her fiance Mark, and she's at her best friend's wedding, Louisa. She nips out to the car to swap her really expensive Louboutins that Louisa bought for her for the day, and she wants to swap them for some flats. When she gets to the car, she finds Mark in the back seat with his new bae, Katie. He's been seeing this woman for a while, and instead of just breaking it off with Angela, he's just been seeing this woman, lying to Angela about it, cheating on her. They were engaged, I don't know if I mentioned that, and Angela sort of freaks out. She ends up taking literally her bag that has a bit of underwear in it, a couple of bits of clothes, a laptop, a purse and a passport, and she goes to the airport and gets on the next plane that's taking off, which is to JFK. She arrives in New York with no plan of what she's going to do, and she turns up at this hotel in which she meets a concierge who can see that shit is not good for her. Said concierge is called Jenny Lopez and ends up becoming Angela's best friend, and during this we are following Angela trying to get herself out of post-breakup and trying to find out who Angela Clark really is, because Angela Clark has been seeing Mark for the last 10 years since she was a young girl. So this is a story about a girl who's trying to find herself in the most amazing city in the world, let's face it, and trying to make new friends and make a new life for herself. But will she stay in New York? That is the question. You need to read it and find out. I loved it. 5 out of 5 stars every single time I've read it, which is now about 5. And then from start to finish today, I read A Curse So Dark and Lonely by Bridget Kemmerer. This is a reread for me. This is a Beauty and the Beast retelling. Our female main character, Harper, has cerebral palsy, so there is a twist in this. She does not let it hold her back whatsoever. I adore this. This was my favourite read of 2019. I absolutely loved it. I am rereading this, ready for picking up A Heart So Fierce and Broken, which came on Friday, so I will be picking that up this week, and I love this. 5 out of 5 stars still. What else you need for me to tell you other than the fact that it's a Beauty and the Beast retelling? Just read it. It's amazing. I can't shout about this enough. It's fantastic. This is 477 pages. Then this is where I start telling you about the books that I've partially been reading because they are part of buddy reads, and I've just been making sure I am, well, trying to make sure I'm up to date. I've obviously been making some other books priorities over these because, well, no, actually only over one of these. So the first one is Critical Incidents by Lucy Whitehouse, which I am reading as part of a blog tour sort of thing with Tandem and a lot of other book bloggers. I am on page 277, and for this readathon I have read 196 pages of this, trying to keep up to date. So I am up to date. I've only got this section left to go, so we should be finishing this on Wednesday, which is cool. I'm really enjoying this. Don't know who it could be that's caused the fire or where Becca has gone, but I'm really enjoying it so far, and yeah, it's going okay. I'm not sure if I was to predict what star rating I might give this now. It would probably be like a 3.5, so there's room for movement there. If the ending isn't very good, it's probably going to be a 3. or lower. But if the ending's really good, it could be a 4. I can't see it being a 5 though. I do have some issues with the writing style, so, but it's good otherwise, and I'm enjoying it. It's okay. And then I have been reading also Die Trying. This is a buddy read with my friend Siobhan, and I'm so glad to be back in the Jack Reacher world, but I am behind with this, so this is the one I haven't been prioritising very well. So I'm part way through Saturday's pages at the moment, but I need to get to this point if I don't want to fall too far behind, because Siobhan's completely up to date now. So I am actually going to go up to bed and read this now, hopefully before I go to sleep, and it won't be too late because I'm really freaking tired. And then this will be finished on Tuesday, hopefully. So this I read 173 pages of over the weekend. So I didn't do too bad this week, to be honest. This weekend, sorry. I feel like I've read a lot. I finished 5 books, which is awesome. I read 1,674 pages, and I enjoyed a lot of what I was reading. I've done 2 rereads as well, which is cool, and I have read my Stephen King book for the month, so that's awesome. So I can't complain. I really enjoyed the reading that I did this weekend, actually. I love doing 24-hour and 48-hour readathons. I just feel like I read so much more because I'm properly sitting down and dedicating the time to the reading. So I hope you have enjoyed this video. Please chat to me in the comments down below if you either want to know more about some of these books, or you've read some and you want to discuss it, or whatever. And I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you have, please give it a like down below. I really appreciate it. If you're not already, please subscribe. Again, I would really appreciate it. And I shall see you for the next one. Bye for now.